Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the BAITED podcast.
And this is 5 facts about the BAITED podcast. That's the best of my video. For the first fact, most of you that are fans of the podcast, you know that the podcast is huge. Even though the podcast itself isn't that old, but here's the actual fact. The idea of this podcast was actually quite a while ago, and at first the original host was supposed to be Leafy and Great. But out of no fucking where, while the fans were excited, I was definitely very excited. Yeah. Leafy and Grade A Under A came up with this idea of plan attacking Keemstar. This was pretty messed up, and obviously everyone thought that the idea of this podcast was never gonna happen. And after so many slanderous videos attacking him, Keem was about to quit everything. He was on top of the mountain trying to find some peace for himself. God damn it. Anyway, I'm glad he's back, and we got this sick podcast to listen to. Now for another fact about the BAITED podcast. If you came here from the latest episode and you did go through most of it, Leafy was saying the word literally 10,000 times. And for every single time he said the word literally, he has to pay colossal $20. And if you want to solve the mystery, Leafy said it exactly 100 times. Leafy, give colossal is crazy $2,000. No, $20 is not okay. Not $20, $20 is not okay. And for another fact here, some of you probably already know this, but this fact is about exposing the real name behind these hosts of the BAITED podcast. Obviously for the first one, for the infamous DJ Killer Keemstar, his actual real name goes by Mr. Daniel Keem. For the other legends, especially Colossal is Crazy or also known as Clown, his actual real name is actually Oliver. He rarely shows or talks about his name. I believe I was only able to hear it like twice. For the fourth one here, see, as far as I know, the podcast isn't earning much money yet. And out of the 3 hosts that host the BAITED podcast, what I can see is that Colossal is doing a lot of the work. Most of the time, when something big happens in the YouTube community, Keem came up with an idea of an episode, then he reached out to Clown, they arranged the call, and when the call is finished, Keem and Tommy send their audio to Colossal. So he can start editing probably by tomorrow. So if you're wondering who's doing most of the work, it's Clown. Also, that's the reason why when you see an episode is already uploaded to SoundCloud but needed like a week more for it to be up on YouTube. It's because Colossal is known to upload 2 videos a year. Like, I get it, his videos are crazily good, but 2 videos a year? For the final fact, personally for me, I don't listen to a lot of podcasts because most of them are not entertaining. And the BAITED podcast just changed the way I look at podcasts, because here's how I look at it. You're supposed to listen to a podcast when you're driving or doing something. The podcast is a second thing in your head, but BAITED, man, I can just sit and listen through the whole episode, and that's exactly why the BAITED podcast is currently the top 17 on iTunes. Hell, even on the top 10 in some places. And the fact that the very first episode was only 3 months ago, it grows so quickly. I like the podcast and I'm very proud of them. Also, since there's always arguments on every episode, I wish the best and a long run for the podcast. And that's it for the video. Have a nice day, peace, and I'll catch us later.